Hi, good day. Today we're going to look at the API which compares two faces to get results in the likeness. As the introduction says, we will be looking at the code using different, more popular code to show how to use the API. We have a video illustration link in the document, which is this video that we're presenting now. The code examples you have for PHP, Python, and JavaScript. And the API has two key functionalities. One is to request the comparison, which will return the reference number, and then the result to check the response is to use the reference number to get the response to indicate the status. So here we have PHP, and we have the first call, which is an API type R, and that's within the payload, and the two images. And there's a post call using a JSON encryption to send the payload to this endpoint. You'll also be provided the API key for your subscription at Rapid API, which facilitates the use of this API. This is the response you get from that request, the status, error code, and the reference number that you will use in the next call, where you have an API type C, which is to check the result of your request. And then you can see the reference number here and there. You do your call using JSON encryption of the payload. And this is the response. Status, error code, status message. If it's a match, no match. And you clear the distance, which if it's 0.6 or less is a similar phase. The loaded value, more likelihood is the correct phase. Exact same match. Then we look at the Python. Same definition of the payload, API type R to request. And then we initiate the execution of the Python, and it will provide the relevant response. Similar, we have the result request with API type C, and you include the reference number that you received from the previous call with the request for comparison, and that will give the result. Last but not least, we have the JavaScript. Similar requests, they have the payload or JSON encryption of it. API type R, and the response will be echoed to the console upon execution. As you see there. Alright, and then we have the results, API type C, key in the reference number that was received from the previous call, execute the script, the JavaScript, and in this example, the response will be reflected in the console. And then at the bottom, you can get started to click to the link that will allow you to start using and testing the API. And you subscribe for the type of interaction like with the API, and you'll have it. Alright, so that concludes the tutorial for the face comparison API using two URL source images.